Merry meet, guys. Welcome back to Wishes of the Moon. This is like my fourth attempt to make this video. I am your Wednesday host, Houston, and this week, week 11, we are talking about ethics in witchcraft and our views on ethics. I believe that there are many points of views on ethics in the craft as there are practitioners practicing the craft. My points of view, my ethics are not going to resonate with some people, and some people they are, and that's totally okay. I don't believe in the Wiccan Law of Three or the Law of Return. I don't believe in the Wiccan Harm None. That's not something that I practice. So ethics-wise on that, it's not like I stay away from it. I tried that when I was first starting out practicing, but it just didn't resonate with me. I also don't really believe in karma, that the saying goes, if you're bad, you'll get yours one day. I don't really believe in that, or the just desserts. I do believe that witches, or some pagans, or like myself, we have to help that action get along, help the person, or not help them, not really helping the person, but enlighten the person in justice if something has, if someone has crossed us. So that, what I mean by that is sending out a curse or a hex or something like that. And I don't believe that that's wrong. I do believe that sending out curses, hexes, things of that nature when it comes to protecting my family, my friends, my property, myself, when in protection and when for justice, I believe in that wholeheartedly, not full-heartedly, wholeheartedly. I can't speak the English language apparently. But I can't say don't. What I try not to do, and what I really do try not to do, is do anything out of anger. When I lay a curse, or I lay a hex, or malediction. But I say benediction, and that's totally a completely different word. It's late at night. I apologize. When I want to go lay a malediction, or lay a trick, or a curse, or whatever, there's so many different terms. When I want to do that, I don't shotgun it when I'm angry. I take time to cool off, and I take time to plan. And I know if you've listened, been part of my channel, or if you watch any of my other videos on Witches of the Moon, you kind of know that I'm a spontaneous magical practitioner. That if I feel like I need to do this, I'll do it now with what I have at hand. But I don't practice that way when it comes to maledictions or curses. It's just a big word. I'll just say curses. I don't practice that way. I like to plan my stuff out. I like to bounce ideas off of my spirit guides. If they see as the right thing, I like to use divination to see if it's the right thing. A lot of my spells that I do that are spur of the moment, I don't do divination, because for me, I feel like if I need to do it now, then I'll do it. Maybe that's something I probably should practice more, is do divination before the spell. I used to, and I guess I've gotten lazy. So I need to get out of that habit too. So for spell work wise, I don't see curses as a bad thing, as long as they are used for protection. And protection can be from protecting your family, friends, and yourself against physical harm, spiritual, mental, and emotional harm, gossip, because that does hurt too. When people are talking about you, having things stolen from you, or if you want to. I also see that it being okay to, if there is someone in your neighborhood that, and I live in a sketchy neighborhood, so I speak from this pretty freely. I don't speak. I apologize. Um, I can speak on this pretty freely. Um, Living in North Charleston, it's kind of a bad area. But if there is someone in your neighborhood or in your city or town or what have you that has made the news or whatever for doing a crime and they haven't been caught, I see that in my view, I see that would be totally okay for me to, if I wanted to, and it was going to affect me if they lived in my neighborhood and I feared for my safety. Um, I would work something up to make them more noticeable to the cops. Kind of a curse or a visible spell. I was going to say reverse invisibility, but a more visible spell. Um, I don't see that being bad, especially if it comes down to your protection and the protection of your neighbors, if they're your friends, and the protection of your personal property and things like that. I think that when you're in your home, you should always feel protected. You should always feel safe. Um, so that's kind of my ethics on the curses part. Now, when it comes to working magic for other people, I will not work curses for someone else. That's just my view. I will not, just because I don't know the whole emotional spectrum that they're feeling, and I can't. Well, I mean, I can't know because I'm not you or I'm not the person who's asking to curse someone. I'm not going to put myself out there when I probably won't know the whole story as to why you're doing it. If you're just doing it out of petty hate and just want to see if to turn their life to shit. There are some people that will do it, and I'm not downing their practice at all. They're comfortable with doing that, and that's fantastic. I'm just not comfortable doing it, so I'm not going to. Now, doing spells for other people, such as job spells, health, health. I don't know if that it came out right. Health spells, healing spells, protection, money, love, things of that nature. I will if they ask me. If they ask me to do it for them, and I feel that I could help them, um, then I will help them the best way I can. And as now on to, I guess, the healing aspect, since I am a Reiki master, and I've mastered a couple other different methods of healing and modalities of healing. There are some things that I will not, or that I feel that I am not qualified to do in a healing session. I always tell people that come to my healing sessions or request healing from me that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a replacement for a trained medical practitioner. I'm here to help heal your body while you're seeing a medical practitioner and you're on your medication. I'm helping to heal that process, or to help aid that process. There's a lot of different accents and things coming out of me tonight. And also, I will not, in my discussion, I will not, or I have not come across yet where, like Edgar Casey, where he could, pick up vibes from someone and tell what's wrong with them. I don't, as of yet, I don't have the ability to medically diagnose anyone. I don't have the training to, so I think that's wrong. I don't, my view on people who can do that, I believe that you should have a medical background. I don't think you should just be a Reiki or a holistic healer practice unless you have like your holistic medicine MD, which they do have. That is a certifiable degree. You can be a medical doctor and a practitioner, holistic practitioner, medical doctor, if that makes any sense. You can be, or it may go up to PhD, but I know there's a master's in it. Um, so unless you have that and you're doing Reiki as well, I feel that it's kind of wrong, in my opinion, to diagnose someone of something, um, where you can usually just say, I think you should seek out a medical professional. Uh, Also, some of my ethics towards tarot and psychic readings, there are some things that I will not. Some things I apologize for the silence. Um, there are some things that I will not tell them, and I really hope that doesn't sound bad. But when I usually do a psychic reading or a tarot reading or any kind of reading, there's a lot of information coming in at one time. And sometimes it's hard for me to siphon out the information. And after the reading, I'm still getting information, even though I have tried, while I'm closing the channels, and I'm still getting information from that person. So there's some things that pop up that, if it's super important and it's stuff that they need to know, like dire information that pertain to their question or just dire information in general, I will let them know. But I'm not going to come out and bluntly say that your elderly grandmother is going to die in 3 days. I feel wrong doing that. Um, that's just me. I'm not gonna tell of someone's death unless it's by accident and it's preventable. If it's preventable, then I'll tell them, you need to warn such and such, or you need to stay away from such and such on such and such night, day, or whatever, or just be extremely cautious. You know, there's ways of going about it, but I wouldn't be so blunt. Um, I think ethics in witchcraft it's such a broad topic because there's so many different variations of the craft and of practitioners that it is really hard to speak about unless you're talking on your own personal terms, which is what I'm trying to do. And and like I said, it is late at night. I am filming this night before, or well, actually, it's Wednesday morning, 1 o'clock. So, but I think ethic-wise, it just depends on how you view the world, and they change. They change. A couple years from now, or a couple years, or a few years back, I never would have thought that I would feel comfortable um, using practicing curses and maledictions in my practice. Um, I didn't think I would be comfortable with that. I never thought to look into the darker side of the craft, and I have, and it's extremely eye-opening. Um, for me, there's no black and white, but there are darker and more shadow side work, and there are more lighter, I guess you could say. It's not really dark and black and white, but it is dark and light, if that makes any sense. Um, so I really didn't think that I would be doing the type of work that I'm doing now, which I'm studying up on hoodoo and taking a conjure challenge course, which is it's all amazing. It's fantastic. I never thought would be interested in it, but my interests have changed over the years. For me practicing folk magic to now learning to want to work with hoodoo, and I actually have kind of the guidelines of what the teacher in the conjure challenges laid out. And for our challenges, it's very eye-opening. So I think as you grow as a spiritual practitioner, your ethics change. And I don't think that they should, I don't feel that they should stay the same throughout your entire practice or your entire life. I think they should change with you. So on that note of fluidity and I believe that your ethics should be fluid. I'm going to end this before I continue rambling. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and until next week, many blessings, guys.